Hi Virgo, welcome to Starchaeology Tarot. I am Desi. This is my channel. I'm so grateful that you're here. This is your December tarot reading. I'm looking for divine messages today for Virgo. This is good for our Virgo sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And whatever resonates is what is meant for you. What doesn't is meant for someone else. So graciously let them have it. And just take what's yours. I'm calling in spirit, source energy. Calling in Virgo's guides, spirit guides, ascended masters, angels and archangels. And Virgo, if you are here, it is because your guides led you here. Because your guides are with me right now as I shuffle. Even though you are watching this later, hours, days, weeks later, you are always an intended part of the Virgo collective today. Which is why you're here, which is why there are messages specifically for you. Please give me any divine messages for Virgo for the month of December. Context, obstacle, advice, and any extra words. The moon. Wow. Pulling this card quite a bit. Oh my god, that too. Okay, beautiful. Virgo. How wild to get the world at the end of the year, the closing of a year. It's just too perfect. It's too poetic. You've gone full circle, and December is the closing of that circle for you. There is a real closing for you in 2021. The end of a chapter, the end of a lesson, something that you are tying the bow on and it's going out of your hands. It's done. And rebirth. I see a rebirth happening. A rebirth, a version of you that is so much more complex, whole. I'm seeing a more whole version of you, Virgo. Whereas up until this point, in some way, you've experienced extremes. Now there's a harmonizing that's happening in December for you, a harmonizing of extremes, a harmonizing of parts of yourself that maybe didn't feel like they fit before. And now they'll be fitting in some way. You're coming off a time of a lot of confusion, things not being what they seem. And I'm seeing some of you have gone through real dark nights of the soul with this moon card. Really faced some parts of your subconscious, beautiful and scary, light and dark. Your light self, your lightest selves, and your shadows, your darkest shadows, that you have brought into conscious awareness that maybe were hiding before in the subconscious. And it has raised so many questions for you. It's brought so many questions to light that you have that maybe you didn't want to ask, that you were avoiding asking, and now you're asking those questions, and you're realizing you've realized already things are not maybe what they seem. And that's been very disorienting and scary. It's also beautiful though, because while the moon can mean, facing scary parts of ourselves, it also could be facing powerful parts of ourselves, facing truths in ourselves, like liberating truths in ourselves. And all of that is what's happening. The thing that might not be what it seems, it could be that some false lie that you have believed about yourself or about your world or about your life is crumbling. Because you actually see now that you're above it, You're beyond it. You're bigger than it. It also could be, I'm not what I thought I was. And while that can be scary, the truth always feels better than living a lie. It's better to be honest about what you really are, to accept who you really are, than to be trying to be something that you're not. Trying to have a dream that isn't really yours, that doesn't really have your name on it. Trying to pursue that dream. Or even living your life by fears that you're like, these aren't even my fears. Whose fears are these? Why am I conditioned to be afraid of this? So whatever that is, whatever the moon has, shown in a different light for you, it's really put a lot of burden on you, Virgo. Like that, there's no doubt about that. It's made your path forward very confusing. You can't see the path forward because now you're holding so much that it's come into your conscious awareness. You're like, I'm blinded now. My hands are full. I'm blinded. I can't even see the path forward. I can't even see what I'm moving towards. And that's because it kind of feels like you have to make some decisions in your life, and they're very either or, black or white decisions. And that's scary too, because part of this is, I think part of the problem here is seeing things in very extreme ways, like being like, well, I'm not this, I just realized I'm not this, so I must be this opposite thing. Which isn't necessarily true, but of course, in a time of confusion, Virgo, in a time of shadow, our brains, our logical minds, our egos are desperate to latch on to identity, to latch on to definitions, to simplify things in a way that makes us feel comfortable just because they're simple. The truth might be for you, Virgo, that it's just not that simple, that it's very gray, that you don't fit either description, that it's not black and white, that you're not black or white. And so to make a black and white decision where it's uncalled for and not really the right way to move forward, you might find yourself incapable of making that decision. I'm seeing analysis paralysis. I'm seeing just being at an impasse. And the truth is, this isn't either or for you. I mean, that's why the world is here. The world is all about not choosing between black or white. It's holding the space for duality, which plays a role in every truth about our existence. There is always duality. We can't resolve duality. Duality will always exist. It's the nature of our existence, including yours on a personal level. I think some of you might be realizing what that means for you personally, what duality means for you personally. I'm seeing like a light bulb go off for some of you. Like, oh, I'm trying to resolve this duality in my life, and that is a waste of my time and effort, because I will never resolve that duality. I am that duality. I can't resolve myself when I am both these opposite things. So part of the world card appearing here with this Two of Swords is that you might not be making a black and white decision. You might be faced with decisions, be pressured to make a black or white decision, and come to the conclusion that your answer is actually somewhere in the gray. Your answer is a harmonizing. It's a middle path that you didn't really see before, that wasn't offered to you as an option. And I just want to affirm that that's the right path for you, Virgo. That's exactly what you should be doing. And this might be the learning of a lesson for you. This might be the ending of a chapter for you. By internalizing this, by making these decisions differently than how you've made them in the past, this could mark a real change in the tides for you. This could mark a rebirth for you. I would love to hear how this looks specifically for you, Virgo, in your life, so feel free to comment below and share with me if you feel so inclined. Please like and subscribe to this channel. It means so much to me to have you be part of this community. And if you'd like to support me, this channel, the work I'm doing, if you'd like to help me help you better with more tarot readings, more extensive tarot readings, a wider variety of readings, then please, please, please check out my Patreon in the link below. You can support me for just a few dollars a month. There's also a lot of cool perks on there, especially for people who want personal tarot support each month. The ability to ask questions and you get my support in a more personal way in their lives. So yes, please check that out. I love you so much, Virgo. I am rooting for you, and I will see you in the new year.